Hey everyone, it's Adam here. I can't see the guy. This has to be the worst fucking day of my life. Not having a good day, everybody, for obvious reasons, as you can read by the title, Jason X Rant. And that's not the only reason why I'm having a bad day. It's Monday. That says enough. Went to work. I've worked extra hard today because the guy who was meant to be helping me out didn't turn in, so I ended up doing a two-man job all day. Been rushed off my fucking feet. I was dreading the whole day anyway because now that I've reviewed all the Friday the 13th movies, I know I've only got one left, and that's this fucking abomination of a movie known as Jason X. So despite going through all what I've went through today, knowing that when I get home things aren't going to be any better because I watched the movies before I review them. I knew what I was getting myself into, but like I say, did a two-man job all day today. Driving home, dreading it. I was starving. I got home an hour late because I was fucking traffic. You know, I brought myself a pizza on the way home. I said, I'll watch this while I'm watching that abomination of a movie because I need something to cheer me up. When the pizza was cooked and I started to watch Jason X online, the pizza was fucking disgusting. And now I feel like I've got a bad stomach coming on. And I'll tell you now, this movie and a disgusting pizza do not fucking mix. I knew what I was getting myself in for because I saw this movie fucking years ago. I mean, this movie came out fucking 2002, April 26th of 2002. I watched this movie a couple of years when it came out, back in 2004. And I fucking hated the movie back then. In fact, it was so bad, I was like, I'm not going to sit through this. And I do remember turning the movie off at some point during the movie and turning it off because I fucking hated it. Now, the other Friday the 13th movies, please check them out. I've reviewed them. I like them all. You know, I even like the one everybody hates, Jason Takes Manhattan. I love that. I even love the next one, which is considered the second worst one in the franchise, Jason Goes to Hell. I like that one. But this one, I'm sorry. I'd be a fucking liar if I told you I like this movie. Because this movie, I found it fucking childish. I thought the look of Jason in this fucking sucked, and I mean both versions, the normal version and the fucking Uber Jason. Essentially, Jason Goes to Hell ended with a build-up teaser knowing that there's going to be a Freddy vs. Jason. Freddy vs. Jason was made in 2003. So they made another Jason in the meantime to keep the character fresh and to keep people interested. So what good idea could they possibly come up with to fucking keep it fresh? You've got to make a movie before the big fight. You've got to keep the fans interested. You've got to get people to know who this Jason is, what he stands for, what he represents. So what's the wisest idea you could do? You put him in fucking space where he turns into a fucking robot. Is that the best idea that they could fucking come up with to keep things fresh? How are people going to take this Jason Voorhees fucking serious when he looks like something out of fucking Star Trek? Now, this movie, it is considered a bad one by most Friday the 13th fans. I've got a buddy who's a die-hard Jason fan, and even he admitted that this movie was bad. Kane Hodder even admitted this movie was bad. Yet, he admitted that at signing conventions and horror cons, people still ask him questions about Jason X. It even has a big fan following, because he even told a story about this one 40-year-old fan who had like this sleeve tattoo of Uber Jason. It's true. This movie does have its fans. But I can tell you right now, I'm fucking not one of them. So while I've been sitting here with a stomachache after eating a bad pizza and after having a fucking bad day, I watched Jason X online, and just like the first time I watched it, I feel the exact same way. I suppose I did watch it all the way through, but there was loads of times where I just turned my head, paused the movie, because when you pause a movie for whatever reason, even when you go and take a piss, it's the wrong thing to do. You know, you're supposed to watch a movie from start to finish, just in case you miss something or for whatever reason. But I lost count how many times I paused this movie. There's only one good scene in this whole movie. Just one. One good scene which I liked. And that was the scene where Jason Voorhees smashed that girl's fucking face to pieces from the liquid nitrogen. Don't know why the liquid nitrogen was there, what it was doing there. It just happened to be there. But the scene where he shoves her face into it and smashes it on the table and her face shatters, that was a great scene. Everything else sucked. Quite honestly, everybody, I don't feel like I'm going to do my best now to get through this as quick as I can and painless as possible, because I just want this day to end. After today, I want to do something positive on this channel, because Christmas is around the corner. I want to start doing Christmas reviews on Christmas movies. I want to start doing special videos, maybe even video requests. I want to make, a Christmas feel to my videos, because it's just around the corner. And 2020 has not been the best year with the COVID and all that kind of shit, but we just need to do whatever it takes just to be positive and just try and get through it. The only thing that's in my way right now is this review of Jason X, so let's get this fucking shit over with. Right, the film takes place in the future. Jason's body has been held at Camp Crystal Lake Research Centre or something like that. There's a character who wants him killed off once and for all. Again, there's a scientist who wants to keep Jason alive because I think he's useful for a project he's doing. No surprise, Jason comes alive, does a horrendous fucking kill count. There's a scene where he throws one soldier into another. There's a scene where he pulls a guy with a chain. The scientist who wanted to keep him alive, he ends up getting a spear through the fucking stomach. And this woman who wants to kill off Jason for good succeeds in trapping Jason into this thing, whatever the fuck it's called, this pad, and freezing him alive. But she ends up getting stabbed in the process. And she, along with Jason, ends up getting fucking frozen. Their bodies in the far future get discovered by these young students, and they take them to the fucking spaceship. And basically, from there until the end of the film, it's just about Jason coming back to life again and causing hell with all these fucking young students in this spaceship. So, and like I said at the start of this movie, I don't know if I was watching a Friday the 13th movie. I don't know if I was watching a parody. I don't know if I was watching Star Trek. I don't know if it was all three combined. But you go from all those great Friday the 13th movies all the way to this. This movie wasn't even rated R. It wasn't even an 18 rating. It was down to a 15 rating. In it, we get some PG-13 sex scenes. Despite all the other sex scenes we get in the other Friday the 13th movies, this one gets PG-13 sex scenes. Jason wakes up after hearing a girl have an orgasm while she's having sex. That's, of course, when the face-smashing scene starts, and that's the only good scene. I admit, when I watched that scene, I was like, wow, I don't remember that scene. That's a good scene. But from then on, it went all the way down. This was the point where I was just turning my head, pausing, having a piss, watching a bit more, doing a bit of texting, going online, watching a bit more. There was a scene where this woman was shooting Jason with guns, laser guns. She was doing flips. Basically something you'd see in the fucking Matrix. The highlight of the movie, I suppose, is Jason turning into Uber Jason, because as halfway through this movie, he turns into this fucking robot, and I tell you, I thought the look was fucking atrocious. There's one thing I am fucking glad of. I'm so fucking... I know all the other horror icons have made it to space. Jason's made it to space. Leprechaun's made it to space. Even Pinhead from Hellraiser has made it to space. I'm so fucking glad Freddy Krueger never made it to space. But they say, why is Jason in space? And they say, why not? It's something different. It's to keep it refreshing. So, you mean to fucking tell me having Jason in space is good for business? It's what's going to keep people interested. It's what's going to get people to want to watch Freddy vs. Jason just by watching this. What the fuck are they smoking? Honestly, what the fuck are they smoking to think that this is going to actually draw in more views and attention for the Jason Voorhees character when he's a fucking robot? We've got laser guns firing, we've got women doing backflips and taking it to Jason and all that kind of shit. I apologise if I'm not really getting to the movie fully. It was just so hard to follow because I had zero interest in this movie. I knew what I was heading myself in for, and the fact I've had a bad day and a bad tea has not really helped me, get more into the information. But let's see. The cast. We've got Kane Hodder as Jason Voorhees. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking going in this movie. Again, the cast. We've got Lexa Doig, Lisa Ryder, Chuck Campbell, Melissa Aid, Peter Mencher. I mean, I'd have to say, the cast in this, when I talk about the other cast members in the other Friday the 13th movies, I usually have something good to say about them. I usually say, like, you feel sorry for certain victims and all that kind of shit. I did not feel sorry for any of the victims in this movie. I really didn't. Even the comedy was fucking cheap and goofy as fuck in this movie. Like the scene where that guys are driving them spaceship and she goes, she's single, and they laugh because they expect the audience to laugh at such jokes like that. And so the comedy was terrible. I wouldn't say the acting was the worst thing in the world, but they found out what they did of trying to make things funny. I mean, you got to be careful when you're using certain types of comedy in certain movies. I mean, they have used comedy in the Friday the 13th movies in the past, like in Manhattan, where Jason tilts his head at the hockey sign in New York. The scene where he kicks the boombox, in the Times Square. Those types of comedies you can get away with, but comedy in this just was not fitting. And again, I don't know what the fuck this movie was trying to do. I don't know if it was trying to be funny, scary, or what, but they basically failed at everything in my book in this movie. It was fucking atrocious. I can watch all the others, but this one, honestly, whatever the fuck the director was smoking in this movie, I'd like to fucking try some of it. No matter what he had, it must have made this movie look like a masterpiece through his eyes when he was fucking high on the stuff. No word of a fucking lie. I mean, how long was this movie on for? This movie was on for 92 minutes. And I gotta tell you, it was the longest 92 minutes of my fucking life. I've already stated the release dates. It did come out in 2001 in Spain, but it was 2002 of April 26th it officially came out in the United States. While conceiving the film, Todd Farmer came up with the idea of sending Jason into space, suggesting to the studio that it was the only direction left for the series. Honestly, even a Friday the 13th fan could come up with a better story than this just to keep people, intrigued into watching Freddy vs. Jason. You know what I mean? What the fuck is there? Robert Edbird, who gave the movie 0.5 stars out of 4, quoting, "This film sucks on so many fucking levels." Couldn't agree more. But again, it's got a big fan base for some reason. There's comics of this film. There's fucking posters of this film. There's people with sleeve tattoos of the Uber Jason. I don't fucking get it. Kane Hodder even said this movie sucked, but again, he was surprised at the fan culture that this movie got. But so yeah, this one's definitely by far the worst one in the Friday the 13th franchise. The others I can get away with, Please check out my other reviews of the other movies I watched. You'll find that I can watch all of them. I've got my problems with certain movies and some of the other Friday the 13th movies, but this one, talk about a major step down from the rest. I mean, people say that Jason Goes to Hell was crap, but this one. Please like, rate, and comment this, everyone. I'm getting out of here. I just want this movie. I've just watched it all the way through, and it's fucking tired me out. I've got a stomach ache. I'm tired. I'm exhausted, and I'm just glad this review is out the way. You know, the Freddy vs. Jason review will come. No doubt we'll have to review the Nightmare on Elm Street in the far future, but I'm worn out, you know, and I'm just glad this is fucking over. My next video will be a Christmas message or a message stating what's going to come next here on the Movie Vault and on this Anti-Cinema Guy channel, but again, I'm so fucking glad it's over. But what a shame to end it. What a shame to fucking end the Friday the 13th franchise within a movie installment like that. You know, it is a fucking shame, but that's what happens when you don't have any bright ideas for a sequel or future installments. So, like, rate, and comment. Email if you've got any questions, and we'll see where we'll go from here. Positive things coming on from now on. It's nearly Christmas. Peace out.